Oh my goodness, that would be so bad. It would be so bad if I started talking and then and then I look over and my mic isn't actually on. Oh. Sometimes I turn it off just to make sure, but hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hi, 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 welcome, 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 welcome. Look, we can never have a normal greeting, okay? We can never have it be normal. When am I ever normal? Hi, Elian. Hi, I saw you scared me. You scared me. All of a sudden, I just hear yippies being thrown at me. I had my earbuds in and I was like typing stuff and doing other things, and all of a sudden I just hear you. Yep. I just hear that. I just hear them being thrown at me and I'm like, what? What just happened? And then I look up and I'm like, oh, okay. I did do a hydrate, by the way. I drank my water. I still have coffee I haven't finished, actually. I made this like hours ago. Look, it takes me some days when I'm really chill, it takes me hours to finish a cup of coffee. Just one singular cup. Which is good because my doctor literally told me I can't drink more than 1 cup of coffee or else well, I have really bad heart palpitations. I have really high anxiety. So it's like my heart's already pounding normally and it's like, oh, let's add coffee on top of that. That'll totally fix everything. Oh yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it be. Anyways, how are you, Elian? Your logic scares me. Elian, that's how it always is. I don't have girl math or girl logic. I have chaotic logic. My logic is chaotic because sometimes I'll just come up with the most philosophical things in the world and then people go, what the heck, you're right. Oh, okay. Oh Lord. Yeah, I got that chaotic logic, man. You're good. I'm glad. I'm glad that Mia liked the artwork. I had to go back in and look to see what her response was because I forgot. I was lurking in the stream though. I tried to tell her a happy birthday or whatever, and then a raid came in and squashed my response, so. You love the art and made a folder of them. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm glad. I literally drew that up in like a few minutes. I saw you. Okay. Yeah, I like posted it and then all of a sudden my comment got drowned out by a raid and I was like, you know what? I won't say anymore. You know what? Let her enjoy her raid. Let her enjoy her birthday. I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. I never expected you to make something. Oh my god, yeah, I do. If you send me a Kudo board, if anyone sends me a Kudo board, I always try and make something. I do try and make something. If I knew further ahead of time, I would have made a little something more like how Center did. So I would have made like something a lot more than that. So I had to draw something up really quickly and I was like, you know what? She has like the chaotic energy. I gotta make her a little bit chaotic, you know? Yeah, that was my bad. It's okay. It's all right. But yeah, I always like making a little something for people because, you know, there's not really, you know, I could always say like a happy birthday or whatever, but I always just like making a little something so that they can have something, you know, have an extra little fan art, you know. I'm supposed to send it out a few days earlier, but I got busy with work. So yeah, I understand that. I hope she got a lot of ice cream. I hope she stole as much ice cream as possible. But yeah, yeah, it was really cool. I'm glad that she had a really good birthday. I hope she does really great on her partner push. I know she'll literally, I was in there and I saw like how many people there were and I was like, you know what? I feel like she'll get it. I think she'll get it in no time. I believe in her. Like I believed in you, Alien. I believed in you. Believe it. Sorry. The memes escape. The memes just escape. I can't. I can't ever leave the memes. The memes are part of me now. Yeah. Anyways, I hope so. She's gonna keep average across 2 months. Yeah, that's the thing. Honestly, I'd love to do partner push, but you know, I'm coming up to 5 years of streaming, man. It's gonna be 5 years in May. I didn't even realize how long it had been. I know, like, with like a lot of my other social medias, you'll see that it's only been 3 years, but I've actually been streaming for 5. But one day, maybe I'll get up to that partner pushing, man. One day. I don't know. Sometimes I just think I'm not really that interesting. Some days I don't think I'm really that interesting. And then people go like, no, you're interesting. Yeah. I feel like Jojo right now. The next thing that you're going to say is, no, you are interesting. And then you literally got it. Yeah, I try to keep myself interesting. Too bad. I know. I do try to keep myself interesting. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of which, I actually need to remember to send you and some other people, because I want to invite you guys for my 5-year anniversary. I'll fall into your trap every time. Okay, well, you haven't seen people do the D's nuts jokes on me then. And you'll see how I fall into their traps all the time. Oh my gosh. That could be crazy. You know what? I'm the goddess of chaos. My chat has to reflect me, which is being as crazy as I am. In a good way, you know? But yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, sometimes I like don't feel like I'm really that interesting, and then I've been trying to do a lot of like edited shorts of like talking about small stories or like other little things, and then people like really enjoy that content and are just like, and then I'm like, huh, maybe I am interesting. I've seen your shorts, they're all so well made. Thanks. I spend way too many hours on them, I'll tell you that much. I actually sold Neo one a few weeks back. Oh, you did? Which one? There's so many. I will say any of the George clips that you see, most of the George clips, it's probably Jose, who's my partner and my mod, of course. It's probably him, because he has the most weirdest ones. I have to find it. It was to show her how good your editing was. Oh, thanks. Honestly, how I just get good at editing is I just watch other people's stuff and then I just kind of I don't really copy it per se. I just kind of think about how would I do it if I did it myself. So yeah, I will say, hold on, let me pull up my folder. So I have an entire folder just for editing stuff. Your style is very clean. Yeah, I try and keep it clean. I don't want it to be like too eye-catchy crazy, because that kind of is overstimulating to me. And I'm the one editing and having to see it over and over and over again. So yeah, I have an entire folder for edited items. Let me just see how much is in this folder. So let me go to properties. So in my edited items folder, this has over 1,000 files in it, and it's like 3 gigabytes of stuff. Yeah. And this my folder that I have for all of my memes, for all of my assets, pictures, photos that I've taken for certain clips that I have. Because sometimes I'm talking about something I physically have, so I have to go and I have to take a picture of it, and then it gets put into this folder. I literally have folders for almost everything, from like places to games to lots of sounds. So I just find a lot of stuff and then I compile it all together in this giant folder. So whenever I need something, I literally have I have Duolingo in here still. I don't know. I've never used that meme again, but I just have it here just in case. Oh. But yeah, I like my editing style. I mean, like, I'd say it's definitely like clean, but there's enough going on to where it still like catches you, right? I do try and make my hooks pretty crazy though, because like I try and keep up the craziness of stuff. I like being a little crazy. We like craziness. So yeah, but I spend like way too long on them. But I did get something to speed up my process for doing all the captions, so that I don't have to sit there and type in all the captions, because I used to hand type it. Now I have a different way of doing it. I don't really like it because there's no way to do it without the way that I have to do it, because there's not really a free way to do it, because I use the free version of DaVinci Resolve. But in order for you to use a lot of the free plugins that people have, you have to have the studio version, because a lot of them are like big, heavy script stuff, and you need to be able to have that. And I'm like, why is this behind the $300 that I have to pay for it? Good thing is it's a one-time payment. So it's like, I only have to pay for it once, and then I never have to pay for it again, and I'm so happy if I do that. But it's like, I have to save up. But honestly, most of the stuff I do all in the free version, and you can pretty much get away with whatever you need to do. I've learned a lot more because a lot more people have talked about certain things that are in DaVinci Resolve that you can do. Like, I figured out how to animate some stuff in there. I figured out, actually, my background I made all in DaVinci Resolve. I edited like some parts of it in Live 2D and then exported those out as a PNG sequence. So that then it's all a transparent video sequence. And then I overlaid things on top of each other and composited it all in DaVinci Resolve and then exported it out of there. And then brought it in. Because I'm crazy. And I wanted my stuff to look nice. I used to use DaVinci Resolve, but it was such a headache. I think DaVinci Resolve is definitely it's something that you have to like overcome, but once you understand it, you're like all good. I'm slowly but surely learning how to use the Fusion page more, which is like, so the great thing about DaVinci Resolve is it has everything in it. So it has, you know, your video editing. It has color adjustments. It has, you know, Fusion effects editing. It has sound editing that you can do, all right? So I even make it in DaVinci Resolve. So when I record my videos, I actually have all of my audio separated. So I stream and I record. I have all of my recording, like all of the audio is separated up. And then in DaVinci, I have all of the different sound files, and then I can turn off the things that I need to. And if I want to have my music on in the background for like certain clips and stuff like that, I can bring in whatever music I need. And then I can edit the audio and all of that, so my voice is really loud, my other stuff is really quiet. I've just been learning this over the years because I have maybe like 2-3 years of editing experience at this point. So that's why my editing has gotten like way better over time, is because I've been experimenting and just trying new things. But DaVinci is, I used to edit in CapCut, so a lot of my older stuff you'll notice is probably in CapCut, like CapCut stuff. Actually, my starting soon screen was all made in CapCut. I've thought about editing for other people. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, there's kind of a reason to why I don't want to edit for other people. There's actually a reason behind it. It's because I already have so much stuff to do that adding somebody else's stuff onto what I already have to do is crazy. So let me actually go over what I have to do for like the next few days. So I actually have a list for the next few days. So tomorrow I have to clip and edit my own stuff, right? And I have to schedule it out because I don't have like enough stuff to be able to be scheduling out. So I schedule it out, and then I have to be working on the Furby customizable model because I have that. Then I have to record some clips on Monday, and then I have to edit that stuff on like Tuesday and Wednesday. Plus also working on the Furby model, plus also working on other stuff. And my puppy is coming to join us. So yeah, the reason that I don't edit for other people is because I literally just don't have the time to. It would be nice, like I would be more than fine with doing it. But the one problem that it comes up with an issue is money. Because how am I gonna send it to them? Because most of the time you're gonna need like a Google Drive or something like that. And it's like once you reach a certain capacity, then you have to start deleting stuff, right? So yeah, it's like I would run out of space probably.
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Oh, giving George your credit card. Thank you for the check-in. We shall use and abuse your credit card. But yeah, I used to think about editing.
I am George Dimmadome, owner of the Chaos Dale Dimmadome.
I used to think about editing for other people, but then I decided not to. I do like making models. The other thing is too, I hate editing. I hate it. I hate doing editing. I hate doing it for my own stuff. You would never notice with how good my editing comes out that I actually hate doing it. I think like even though that I hate doing it, I'm like, look, I have to do it in order to get more people to be interested in following in enjoying and following my content. And to be fair, like my shorts have been doing really well with YouTube. TikTok has been doing well, you know. I just sometimes wish, I don't know, sometimes when a TikTok does really well, it does really terribly on YouTube. When a TikTok does really well, then it does, if a TikTok doesn't do really well, it does really well on YouTube. I don't know how that works. Algorithms be weirdly. And I'm gonna be honest here, when people say like, oh, you should be looking at your analytics, you should be looking at this, I literally stare at it and I'm like, I just see numbers. Numbers make me confused. Brain now hurt. I go to bed. That's how I feel about when people say like, you should be looking at all of this stuff. And I'm like, I have no manager. It's just me. But yeah. I will say though, I want to open up commissions. I like doing commissions. I like making art for people. I like doing art. I wish I could have an editor for myself one day so that I don't have to edit anything anymore. And then and then I can focus all on art. Because honestly, that's what I want to do. I want to sit, chill, and stream here, and then do that. I'm gonna be honest. I was planning to game today, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I was thinking to try. Think how to get your name out there, but editing for people and posting artcom, making vids as was all I can think of. Yeah. And I would say for the most part, when it comes to putting yourself out there, like, yeah, editing for people can, but not really. Because the thing is I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of edited shorts, a lot of people do not put their editor in there. Did you notice that? Did you notice that? Did you I mean, for like YouTube videos, you know, when there's a description or something, but no one really looks at the description to know who edited a video, except me. I'm crazy like that, because then I can go and see like who edited for people. But for the most part, a lot of editors don't really, I feel like, give themselves the idea to be recognized, because I think some editors are just like, hey, I just am an editor. I edit your stuff and you post it out, right? I'm getting paid. So that's one thing. But I do want to make, like, I want to open up my art commissions more so I can make more art for people, because that does get me recognized, right? We do know a number of people who used to edit for others. Drew more attention to their own yeah, I guess it can draw attention to their own clips, but I think at the end of the day, I want to make a name for myself, for me, and not piggybacking off of the success of others. I think that's why. When I get like art comms or something like that, that's fine, but I feel like with editing and stuff like that, I just don't really like it. That's the thing. It's like, if I don't really like it, I feel like I'm gonna just give you a terrible product, right? Even though that I do good stuff for myself, right? I just feel like I won't do good for you. But yeah. If you don't like anything, that's the, yeah, see? I mean, that's why I don't have a lot of really, I don't have a lot of videos on my main YouTube channel. I don't have a lot of videos up there because I don't like editing. Shorts are easy because I can make a bunch of them and get it over with, right? And have the project be finished. But some videos take me like a whole, like 2 weeks to make. And I'm like, I don't want to be sitting and dealing with a 2-week project. But then with art it's different. I can totally do that. And I'm like, what is happening with me? Like, the duality of man. There's a weird duality happening. What? But yeah, it's blah. Again, sometimes I really hate editing, sometimes I really enjoy it. I think it just depends. I think it's just like, when I'm sitting down doing it, I don't mind it. But trying to get myself to do it, I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to. You know, like, you know the meme of like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. You keep digging. That's me with editing. Like, I hate it. I hate doing that. I hate going in to do it, but then I know I have to do it in order to get people to be interested in my content, right? But yeah. Actually, you know what the funny thing is? I went to look up, because there's like a site that you can go on to see if you're like shadow banned or whatever on Twitter, and just see like how good your reach is or whatever. And apparently I have a D. The first ever time I've seen a D on a report card, man. Yeah, I'm burnout gifted kid, look. I know. And I looked at it and I was like, oh. And I was like, okay, what do I do to fix it? And they're like, diversify your content by quote tweeting and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, oh, so me not being on social media hurts my social media reach. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm trying to work on other things. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make other things to make content to post on the thing. Oh my gosh. But that's how it be. I'm like, why? But retweets don't really do. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But, you know, most of the time when I'm on Twitter, I just like really scroll and hit likes. I don't really like I don't really retweet, and very rarely do I comment. It's not because I don't want to interact. It's just more of one, either I don't know what to say, or there's like nothing really to comment about, right? The other thing is some of the stuff that I like look through and stuff is yaoi, BL, stuff that I feel like if I was to comment on, people would start going, Art, what the heck? Why is your entire comment reply section just filled with linking to pictures of men? Look. They're pretty pictures, okay? That's the other thing is, most of those pictures are really pretty, okay? I'm using it for art references. Don't judge me. So that's another reason. But most of the time I do, on weekends, I do try my best to be posting as much as possible. But it's like, it feels like with Twitter and a lot of social medias, like you have to be posting like so much constantly. And I'm just like, I'm trying my best, man. I don't have like a whole slew of art to keep posting up, and some days I just don't want to post, right? But it's like, no, you have to post. And I'm like, why? Like, let me see today. How many posts did I just do today? I mean, I understand why you should probably be posting other things in between that of your, like, going live posts, right? I understand that concept, but most of the time when it comes to like social media and stuff, I'm just like, I don't know what to post, so I'm not gonna post. And then it's like, well, because you're not posting, I do try and post my shorts up every day, so that you'll always see constantly. Oh, interesting. Not surprised there. But yeah, I think like most of the time it's just like, the other thing is too is that again, most of my social, like my timeline, like if I can't show my timeline at all. I will say this much, I will never show my Twitter timeline live on stream. The reason being is, again, because of some of the stuff that I like, which is a lot of yaoi and BL posts. There is a lot of art though, and there's a lot of art. There's also a lot of things of just, I'm trying to think. There's also like a lot of stuff of like art references and things, like figure drawing and stuff that I save because I need those for references, for drawing poses and all that sort of stuff. So it's just really nice. But most of the time it's just me scrolling through and just liking stuff. Actually, today's timeline isn't that bad. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I was like, oh, you know what? My timeline's actually pretty clean today. You know, it's just nice, beautiful, nice art, stuff from like other creators and things. And then all of a sudden, BL. I was like, 18 plus BL. Specifically. I'm like, oh. I wild Leon Kennedy appear. Oh my gosh. My Twitter, okay, not my Twitter, but my TikTok feed for like a good week after, after, oh my gosh, after Requiem came out, was nothing, it was nothing but Leon Kennedy. It was nothing but Leon Kennedy. Okay, I have something to say. I do not simp for Leon Kennedy. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But that man to me just, it doesn't hit right. You know what the ironic thing though is? I actually used to have my hair cut very similarly to Leon Kennedy. So I think that's why. I literally looked in the mirror one day and I was like, I look like Leon Kennedy. Because I have blonde hair. I have really dirty blonde hair like he does. My IRL hair is dirty, is very, very dirty blonde. So I'm like, Leon Kennedy, when did you get in my mirror? And then it's just me. So yeah, that's another reason why I don't like Leon Kennedy. And it's funny too, because you know how I have my little hair braids on the side? How my hair currently is styled for my VTuber model is very similarly to how I actually have my hair, which is like the shortcut in the back and then the really long hair sides. So yeah. Well, if you get buff and look like Leon Kennedy, a real fast way to get your content. Bro, I'd have to lose so much weight, man. I mean, my arms and legs are pretty fit. I think I can definitely crush a watermelon, but I have a beer belly. I'll make that clear. I don't really mind talking about that. I'm definitely a plus size girly. I'm gonna be honest, I might be plus size, but I'm also plus size even if I lost a lot of weight. Because unfortunately I have really broad, like, German soldiers, like go fight Baron Forest. And then my Irish ancestors decided to give me just a cute little itty bitty round face. So I have like this cute little innocent round face and then just broad shoulders, like going to fight Baron Forest, man. That's how I'm built. I try to make my VTuber model very much based off of that, being like with the big, my very broad shoulders, but my round, squishy face. My round, squishy face. But yeah, if I were to lose weight and all that, yeah, I could. I used to cosplay, so I wouldn't be surprised. But the thing is that my face is too round and soft that I wouldn't be able to get that nice chiseled look for him. So unfortunately, I can't pull off male faces because my face is just too round. I know, because I've cosplayed guys before. I just can't really pull it off unless they're like supposed to be like a cute anime, like unless they're a twink. Unless they're a twink, I can't pull it off. Or like a cross-dresser, you know, or like have feminine clothing or something like that. I will say I used to cosplay Violet Evergarden. I used to do a really good Violet Evergarden. A lot of people thought I was Saber. Everyone was like, I love your Saber cosplay. I was like, oh, this is how it feels to be mistaken for a different cosplay. They making him buff, they making him twink. I know. There's something for everyone. True. Oh, Violet Evergarden's awesome. It is. Yeah, I really identified with Violet Evergarden a lot, you know. There's like a lot of things personally of why I identify with her a lot. And I still have her like outfit and cosplay. I don't know where the wig is. I don't know where I put that. I put it somewhere. But I do have I don't have to like change my eye color or anything because I also have like the same eye color she does. So the good thing is I didn't need to wear contacts for it, which is great. I couldn't see though because I had to take off my glasses. I couldn't see. And then at one point I wanted to make gloves that look like her hands. So instead what I did is I just wore gloves just so that, you know, you couldn't see that I didn't put anything on for the hands. But I wanted to do, so I did gloves for it. And then I have the whole entire dress and everything. One time I was like, if I ever do get it back into cosplay, I would probably do Violet Evergarden again. And then I want to get her parasol so I can do the parasol scene. So sadly, I'm not her height though. I think I'm 5'7". I think she's like 5'3" or something. So I'm just like a little bit taller than her. But yeah, I loved doing that. But I got mistaken for Saber a lot. And I was like, wow, that's how it feels. I actually did, when I used to go to conventions, Now, this was around the time when Violet Evergarden had come out. That's why I cosplayed her. And I had found like another Violet Evergarden, but at the same time, the other thing was is that Fate was also really, really big during this time. So a lot of people thought I was Saber because she also has the hair exact same way with the braids and buns in the back and bows, right? So like it looks like Saber. But the thing is like Saber has blue top to bottom. She has blue from top to bottom. She also has armor that she's wearing. But Violet Evergarden doesn't have that.
A devotee is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
Oh, thank you for checking into the forest. We will use and abuse your credit card. Oh my gosh, expert at bottom. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna keep going with that bottom stuff, aren't we? Oh my gosh. As a lover of blondes, I knew that.
Time to become fashionable.
Oh. Oh!
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Yep. Yep. This is the tradition.
All right.
This is the tradition. There's always one person that has a set thing of things that they always have to do whenever they come in. Now the order of the universe is right. The crown shine on. The crown is shine on your body. Yeah, yeah, I do have like a little shiny on that I drew on the head, on the bald head. Yeah. Actually, if I take the crown off, you can see the shiny better. Hold on. Me. No. Where is it? Take the crown off. You can see my shiny bald head. There you go. Enjoy it. Enjoy the shininess. I'm just feeling as a bald. Oh my gosh. No, no, do not put wax on my head. Do not put wax on my head to make it shine more. No. Bad. Yeah, I put a little shiny on there just for fun. I was like, I know like some VTubers that have like a bald redeem and then like they don't have the entirety of their bald head, and I'm like, I need the bald head. A lot of VTubers that have furry ears now are making their ears be like shaved, and I laugh. I'm laughing when I see that. Every single time. It's so funny. Honestly, I am thinking about making the mustache and glasses, instead of them being items just on my model, eventually just put them into my model, so that then we can have like some cool variations with stuff. Because it's like, if I play trucker games, I gotta put the mustache on and my glasses. Gotta keep them on for the trucker. I don't know if I want to play trucker games though. I don't know. I think like they're so fun. Like from what I see people like playing them, they're so fun and interesting. Because people get like really invested into it, like as if they're real truckers. And I have a family member that used to be a trucker, so like I could ask them for tips and tricks on like how truckers work. What do I have to remember? I usually see them as just chatting streamers. Yeah, I think so. Most of the time they are just chatting streamers. I think it's just because it's like an easy thing to do, because all you gotta do is drive a truck, right? You could just be sitting and chatting and just sitting and chatting and sitting and chatting, sitting and chatting, sitting and chatting. I mean, that's what we're doing. Oh my gosh. I changed up my audio around so you could hear all of my weird laughs now. You remember why you are the Caesar of bottom. I am the Caesar of bottom. I am. I will say I need to update. You know what that reminds me of? I need to update my trailer. I need to update my trailer because it's over like 2 years old and I still haven't updated it to 2.0. I have to do that. I have to make like a new trailer. Our unknown. Oh no, no, you're not bringing the game back, okay? By the way, I do have that video done and edited. I just haven't posted it onto the YouTubes yet. That video is done. That is one of the craziest videos I've ever made. But it came of my heart. Oh my. No. No. Oh, Elliot, you don't know the lore. You don't know the lore of this. Okay, okay, apparently I am now the Kame VTuber. You're ready? Are the what? Elliot, all I can think of is the meme, the what? The what? Okay, so, Elliot, in my lore, I am the goddess of chaos. As the goddess of chaos, I created the universe from my chaotic energy. So technically, that means that everything that came onto the earth is me. Well, came from me. So I came so that you could be here. That is the lore. So that's why I am the Kame VTuber. I am Art Nut. Yes. Wait, I just realized I could be a nut tuber. In the set. I am these nuts. I learn new things every day. You're welcome. You're welcome. Elliot, you thought you had crazy lore. Oh my gosh. Well, Elliot, you do have lore about you having relations with the table, don't you? From what I remember. And then God nutted upon the world, bringing life and chaos. No, that's fandom? Really? Okay, that's fandom. All right. Sure. You know you can't lie to a god, Elliot. Mom, please. I'm telling the truth. Oh, yeah, sure, son. Sure. Elliot, am I now adopting you as my child? Well, to be fair, technically anybody that has that of divine or that of demonic is technically that of celestial. How my lore works is weird. There's not really demons and gods. I mean, there are gods, but demons technically don't exist. They're just fallen gods. They're still technically gods. Technically, all god VTubers technically could be my child. If I ever connect lore with people, it literally is so easy for my lore to literally connect into anybody else's lore because it's so crazy. Because technically, if you say that you're from another universe, guess what? My lore accounts for that. Because I have different versions of myself. Actually, that's something I wanted to bring up. I wanted to like pull that kind of stuff up and like talk about it a little bit. My lore is complicated. Demons don't procreate in normal ways. We're basically dreamed to life by a demon more powerful than us. Huh. Sometimes that's how gods work in my universe. Sometimes that's how lore gods work too. Because there is another god that's part of my lore. His name is Mortality, but he technically didn't become... Mortality did exist as a thought and idea, but he didn't become something physical until that idea of mortals became into existence. and then he became a physical thing. Or like a physical god. Yeah, just don't remind him who he actually is though, because then he goes crazy. And he becomes the god of madness. And then he's not fun to deal with. And I basically have to beat the crap out of him until he be quiet, until he goes back into his dream. And that's not fun. That's not fun. And my male model, which is coming, is actually supposed to be a chaos from a different universe. How many time must we teach she is less than old man? Exactly. Yeah. My male model is married to mortality. Basically how the lore works is that every single version of me is technically art from a different universe. So the male model is the chaos of destruction. I am the chaos of creation. Then there's also other different chaoses. I actually came originally from the chaos of anarchy. So before me, there was the chaos of anarchy. Then the chaos of anarchy disappeared. And then I got reborn and became art, immortal. And then I fought a god, became God, awakened the chaos inside of me, and became the chaos of creation and quieted the chaos of anarchy. Chaos of anarchy is still in here. She's still here. She's just quiet. But that's also why I have my monstrous teeth and my pointed ears and my hands and feet being the way that they are. That's from the chaos of anarchy.
Mother, time to become fashionable.
I gotta get my drip back on. We gotta get the drip. Wait, who's gonna take my wig? Who's gonna take my wig? Oh, George lost his hat. George lost his pee-pee hat. Oh, yeah, I have this up. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
There we go. I need it. Okay. Option. I think I need to turn my fan on. You know what? Oh.
Time for cozy vibes.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to be rude about Speed's. Yeah, no. No, we've accepted. We've accepted. That's what it is. We need a Napoleon hat for George. No, we're not doing a Napoleon hat. Oh my goodness, let me move my mic a little bit. So I can, like, do this. Da, 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 da. Is it in here? Oh, I do have this as that. Okay, cool. So... Dusty. There we go. I'm still here. Hello. I just want to bring this up. Da-da-da. So, technically these are different versions of chaos. So these are 3 different versions of chaos in other different worlds. Technically, these are just other ideas for models, right? Other model ideas. I kind of... the one on the end with the crown, so this one over here, that was originally going to be my 2.0. So, this idea here, this one, was originally going to be my 2.0. I decided on scrapping it. The middle one and the one on the very, very end. So this one, I can't really like point out to you. I like the Jester. I like the Jester too. I think that the Jester is really cool. I think that the Jester is a really cool idea. And then I kind of did some color exploration with the Jester, but I decided on like kind of scrapping it and redoing it. But I will point out something to you guys really quickly. Do you notice how all of them have actual hands They have 5 hands, 5-finger hands, 5-finger normal hands. They don't have monster hands. I am the only chaos that has that. Makes me very unique. However, every single one of them has some sort of weird mouth thing. Now you can't see it on the dreamy one with the really long hair, which is, you know, to the right of the jester. But that one, if she opens up her eyes, she doesn't have pupils. She has teeth. So they're teethy eyes. If anyone has watched, I'm trying to remember, Sandman. If you've watched Sandman, do you remember like that one character who was like a nightmare and he had teeth for eyes? Yeah, that's what I'm referencing. Because I thought that was so cool. I don't know, I thought it was cool. And then the jester has it over her eye. So one of her eyes is gone. And then the crown blighten one has it on her chest. So each one of them have like a weird mouth gimmick, right? A lot of mouth and teeth symbolism. I don't know if you've noticed that there's a lot of mouth, teeth, and tentacle symbolism with a lot of stuff. That's on purpose. It's because a lot of things, it's because a lot of things when it comes to that of looking at angels and demons and a whole lot of iconography around like angels and demonic stuff. A lot of demons and things usually have stuff revolving around like bones or teeth, gnarls, and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I went for. And then the other side, because I do have, because in my lore there's chaos, but there's also order. So I have a brother technically that's order. And order, his entire gimmick is all eye symbolism. So he has eyes as part of his symbolism. And let me actually bring up trying to like think of what to bring up. You know what? I could probably bring this up, actually. Yeah, I'll bring that one up. Yeah, open this one. Yeah, yep, there we go. I know this is like a pretty picture, so there's the male model for you guys in like a cozy little thing. And with his partner, that's Mortality, who have to beat up if he remembers or like wakes up. So it's not really gonna be that much of a secret. Mortality is technically the King in Yellow. Technically. Not really. But the King in Yellow is inspired by him. That's also why he gets called the King of Madness when he wakes up. And Mortality is actually that of a porcelain. He technically has a porcelain doll body, sort of. It's not really porcelain. But all the blackness that's inside of him, that's his like real form that's just trapped inside of there. Because his real form is not nice. Anyways, this is like a cute picture moment between them. I was gonna release this with when the male model comes out, so you're just seeing a little snippet of the picture now. And also that little puppers that is curled up on the pillow next to them, that is their child. Like George is my canonical child. That is their child. Don't ask why they had a dog, okay? No, don't ask. And technically this also means that Mpreg is real. Mpreg is canon in my lore. And by the way, this isn't the first time, technically. Because in a past life of mine, I was also a male as well. Mpreg birth dogs yeah. Yep, that's what it does. But yeah, Mpreg is real in my lore. Because both of these dudes had a child. And I also did too. George actually comes from my past life and my partner, who is also a male, so they were both men. and they had a frog. They had a frog. Well, technically they didn't have a frog. They had a real god, but then, hold on a minute. I'm gonna... Yeah. This is annoying me. There we go. There we go. They actually had a real kid. It's just they got cursed into being a frog. That's a whole nother lore onto itself. There's a lot. Literally, the lore that I have could fill an entire, like, maybe 2 or 3 books. Probably not. It could probably fill maybe 1 book, but it's enough, you know? What else? Ooh, do you guys want to see ideas for 3.0 that I have? They're old ideas. They're not new ones. I don't know. I think a lot of stuff might change from this, but I just like I have like random stuff that we could talk about. But I can show you like really quickly this stuff. Let me just... Oh my gosh. Everything is like subject to change though. Yeah, I can't do those one. I could probably do those ones. These are like some let me get the ideas from last year too. Oh, I already have these. Okay, cool. So let me just open last year's up. So, oh, this unlock, my guy. There we go. I had some ideas for 3.0. Oh, my hair is back. I had some ideas for 3.0, which was doing a little bit more of like grungy look. Honestly, I still kind of like this outfit. I don't think that it's terrible, but I don't know if I want to go in this direction anymore with how I kind of wanted it to be. One reason is because I actually did draw it out of how it would look as a live 2D model, and this outfit looks a lot better in like 3/4 view than it does a head-on view. So the outfit kind of just wasn't working. But as you can see, a tail idea is coming. I might have a tail for my 3.0. I will say though, I'm gonna keep the same hairstyle and a lot of other things. So the base body and hairstyle, I think, is always going to stay the same. We're not gonna have very many changes to it. But when it comes to thinking of the outfit, there's gonna be a lot of changes because I want to go for more of tomboy grunginess, but still keeping some elegance to it. And I feel like this was going too far grunge than what I kind of wanted it to be. So, because this is technically it's going to be called the Anarchy version, which again, remember I said that Anarchy technically is also part of me because I was originally Anarchy and then I became Creation and then I'm going back to becoming Anarchy. So, kind of having fun with that sort of stuff. And then I did do... Oh, I didn't export these out. Okay. Oh. No, I don't need to open up anything. I think this will be fine because it is clothed. I say because she's technically one of these models is kind of in a base. Maybe I should have turned that one off. You know what? Let me turn that one off and then I'll export it out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just so that I don't get bonked. I don't want to get bonked. Just as a precaution. I will say, like, a lot goes into kind of making an idea because there is a lot of thought that can go into it. So here are some other ideas. I took the tail away, but it was just to focus more on a head-on view of what I kind of would want. So we're still keeping those fishnets, though. I really want those. And then I was like, okay, well, I want the dress still to be a part of it. So I wanted to still keep the dress. So I experimented with that. I also was like, maybe I should let my hair be longer. And I'm like, I actually kind of don't like that the hair is being longer. And then I also wanted to incorporate, because technically when I do the 3.0, it'll also be a 3.0 for the male model as well, because a universe can only have one singular chaos, right? So if the male model is destruction and I am creation, we're two sides of the same coin, so we end up becoming one, which is anarchy. So the both of us together create anarchy, and then each one of us on our own is chaos, or is creation and destruction. So, which are some of the most powerful chaoses that there are. Next to Dream. Dream is more powerful than all of us. She's scary when she wants to be. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with Dream. Dream will rip your eyes out for funsies. So, but this one was like kind of going an idea I had. The other thing is too, is, so my actual model, I don't know if you guys have noticed that I've stayed in my casual outfit for a really long time. And the reason that I've been in this outfit is because this outfit doesn't get me bonked. Because my other outfit kind of does, because it's too booby. Because you can see my boobs too much, right? It has very low cleavage on it. And not to say that I don't hate that idea anymore, but because of that being the way it is, I have to, like, I've noticed if I cover up a little bit more, then it usually is fine. So the cut was just like a little too low. Oh my gosh. Why do I have so much mucus in my nose right now? Ugh. No, so what the heck? So much mucus. So mucusy. I don't know why. I literally don't. Actually, it probably could be my coffee. Sometimes creamer and milk products and sugar will make you have excess mucus. So if you're ever doing something with recording or anything like that, don't drink coffee, don't drink milk, don't touch it. Yeah, so that was an idea. And then this is kind of the most latest idea. Oh, half of it is like cut off. You know what? I'm actually gonna keep it like that. This is the most latest idea that I've had. I'm keeping it cut in half on purpose, but tail is back. We have the tail back now. But as you can see, we're going for a more still ethereal design, but it's also going into the direction of also being a little bit more masculine like I wanted. So, because most of the time, I normally do not really wear like dresses or frilly stuff or anything like that. I'm fine with drawing it on my models and stuff like that. I just don't wear that most of the time. I say as I'm currently wearing a dress IRL right now. It's hot. I've been wearing my skirts and my dresses, but I mostly am just I am mainly like a t-shirt and shorts kind of girl, okay? I am very tomboy. I do try and dress up nice every now and then when I try and feel like I want to be pretty, like a pretty princess. So most of the time, that's kind of how it is. I wanted to keep something that was still kind of having that grunginess to it, but then also has this like pretty princessy feeling to it, you know? But also, if I were to ever cosplay this outfit, I feel like I could pull it off. I feel like I could do it, you know? And the other thing is, it would be easy to go to the bathroom in, and that's how I just cosplays now. Can I go to bathroom? But yeah, it does take a lot of process. I also saw with Nia that she's like planning a 2.0. I'm glad that she is. I think like after a while, you know, you want to like zhuzh up a little bit and have something fresh. But yeah, that's like something that I've been working on in the background. I don't know. I don't think that I'm gonna debut it like next year or this year. This year, no. And I'm not gonna probably debut it next year. It's probably gonna be something in the future that I do, but I might be working on it like in the background here and there, just for stuff, because now we aren't gonna be getting rid of the older models or anything like that. So if I want to be in the casual outfit model, then I can. If I want to be in my dress model, I can. If I want to be in this new 3.0 model, I can. So the 2.0 model isn't going to get like thrown away, because I feel like what a lot of people do is they like throw it away, and I'm just like, I don't really want to do that. Every once in a while you'll see me turn back into my normal outfit, because this is my casual, and then you'll see me change back into my normal dress outfit. I actually am thinking for the 2.0 to basically update all of my outfits, so I wouldn't have them as part of that model. I would basically just have a default base model that would have everything rigged, and then I can just put the clothing on it that I need, basically like a doll, like a dress-up doll, and then each of them will have their own separate files. Because honestly, if I'm going to be updating to 3.0, if I'm keeping the face and hair and everything very similar, it might just be for the other two just a full rebrush update, and that's what it will be. So then I can keep these outfits and all that sort of stuff, because this casual outfit is definitely reminiscent of my 1.0, and just to remember it. That's what the casual outfit's supposed to be. It's just a remembrance. And then the the normal 2.0, like remembrance of that one, and then of course then we're gonna have the 3.0, and then just like kind of switch between them depending on like what we're kind of doing. So I have like different outfits for different stuff. So it's like when we're playing like more cozier games, I can switch into this one, and then if we're playing more like, I don't know, I would say like Elden Ring and stuff, I feel like my normal 2.0 outfit really works for Elden Ring. It looks really cool. And then like 3.0 can just be like whatever else. Speaking about games, I see that everybody's playing Monster Hunter Stories 3. I have been playing through Monster Hunter Stories 2 blindly. I've been playing through it on my own, like very, very blindly. And I'm kind of glad that I'm playing through it blindly, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. I haven't had time to go back in and play it, but maybe today I will, because tomorrow is when I'm doing all my editing stuff, and I have no idea how many clips I'm gonna get from this stream. That's the other thing, like how I want to actually discuss that at one point. I know I'm jumping between like a lot of different topics right now, but I actually do recommend this for other creators as well. In my notes app, I literally have creation ideas, which basically is like stuff for scripts for when I'm recording or making scripts for edited content. I have like so many. I also have like some really funny ones as well. You know, I have cruising stories I can talk about, because I used to cruise when I was younger. I don't do cruising very much anymore, but every once in a while, if I take a really long break or something like that, I'm probably either on a cruise or I'm working on a big project. I usually will tell you. And then You know, I have other like funny stuff about like talking about like funny medical stuff, like how did I take my meds today? I seriously need to have a calendar for that to remember if I took my meds today. I have tummy meds. I don't have I don't have like ADHD or something like that. No. I need it for my stomach. Or else I have really bad heartburn. We're trying to prevent me from getting GERD, so I have to take medication for it. I think I did. I usually am very good about taking my medication in the morning. I just need like I need like one of those days, like each day, so that then I know for certain that I took my medication. But yeah, I just have like a lot of, I just like recommend for people to have like a creation. I'm like reading through it on my own right now. Just to, oh yeah, I have that thing to talk about. I have actually something to talk about, which is really funny. But these can be like stream ideas to talk about, so you have something, or whatever. And because everybody like always has their phone in their pocket, you can always just pull it out and put it in there. Like a notes app, or if you have like a disc. I wouldn't say they should have a Discord for it. You could if you wanted to, and you could put it in there, and then you'd always have it, right? But yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, what are all these other notes? I feel like I should delete some of these notes, honestly. What? What is this note? I just looked through my notes app and I just found the weirdest note for streaming. And it says stream talk, and I'm like, what is this? I'm not joking. What the hell is this note that I wrote for stream? Okay, you know what? I am going to say what this note is, because this is the crazy. I don't, okay, I'll tell you this much. I'm not high. I don't drink. I don't do anything. I feel like I was high when writing this. It says, talking about UK, saying I don't have consent to say whatever, say I want to have relations with a dragon, and then my mom asks about a game where you have relations with a toaster, like have actual relations with a toaster. She was talking about date everything, where you can I can't even. I think I remember this topic. We were talking about like some random stuff with like what was going on in the UK. We're talking about political stuff, whatever. And then she was like, and I was like, yeah, if I was in the UK, like I couldn't say that I wanted to, you know, screw a dragon or anything. And she was like, isn't there like a game where you can do that? And I was like, are you talking about date everything? Where you can do that? And it says here, I was gobsmacked and said that you can date a toaster and existential dread, and that his name is Doug. I couldn't and put my my mom My mom is the sweetest little old lady that you could ever meet. And then every once in a while, you know how like older people just say the most random, or, well, not random, but like within context, just the most out of context stuff. So we were talking about basically we ended up getting onto the topic of the game Date Everything. And I was telling her about the game because I had told her about the game before, right? And she just says, well, dating leads to sexual relations. My mom never talks about 18 plus stuff, okay? She very, very rarely will ever talk about it, okay? She does not know what the term simp means. She does not know what the term goon means, okay? She doesn't know any of these new term lingos, okay? She doesn't know any of that. But sometimes, every once in a while, we're just like on topic talking about stuff, and then she just says something that I just go, what? Come again? And then you wonder where I get my crazy stuff that I say from her. This entire thing is like, it feels like I was high when writing it. Oh my gosh. I wrote here, who is this queen and why is she spitting facts? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. What is this? Oh, this is me collecting for books. No. But yeah, so there's random stuff that I usually write down. That is the most craziest one. That was from August. That was from August that I wrote that. And I haven't talked about it. That's so funny. What the heck? Yeah. But anyways, on a different note and a different topic, guys, your girl almost had to go to court. Settle in, boys. This is gonna be a long talk. Okay. So before I had started streaming, before this little gremlin that you see on your screen, before any of that, I became involved in a lawsuit that ended up only deciding to close, and finally I can talk about it. This thing has been happening in the background since I have started streaming, okay? So let me just tell you what happened. How did I get into a lawsuit? Because it's going to be so weird, all right? So, I was driving and I ended up getting into an accident. Okay. Technically, it really wasn't either of our faults. The reason being is because I was being pushed into turning the way that I had because the car behind me decided it wanted to make a right. And the funny thing is that it had more than enough room to be able to get around my car and make a right turn because I was making a left. I was making an unprotected left turn. That means there was no lights. It was just a stop sign and the street. And this street, people are known to go down this street at 50 miles per hour. And it's a 35 mile per hour road. Okay, just keep this in mind. It's a 35 mile per hour road, but people go down it at 50 miles per hour. Yes, people do get speeding tickets on this road. I am trying to make a turn because I am trying to go to Chipotle. Because there's Chipotle that I need to pick up some food from. I was actually not even supposed to be out on the road. It's just because my mom had accidentally placed the order for a Chipotle order at our Chipotle instead of the Chipotle that was close to her work. So she had me go to pick it up so I could bring it to her work. So I ended up making this unprotected left, and all of a sudden a car just comes out of nowhere. And if I had stayed where I was instead of turning, or at least trying to push myself out of the way, I probably would have been hit dead on by that by that car, or dead on by the, I don't like remember, like it would have hit me and I probably would have had some injuries from it. But because I moved, the car, instead of hitting the driver's side, hit the rear driver's side. So instead of hitting my actual driver's side window, it hit the back. But it was more than enough to turn my car because they were going so fast. Again, there's a 35-mile-per-hour road. There was no signs that this car was stopping at all. He didn't really slow down much, so yeah. And by the way, at this time, because a lot of people might point out, like, shouldn't you have gotten that on recording, like recorded it? So the thing is, at the time when this accident had happened, recording or video recording for cars and stuff like that wasn't really as well streamlined as it is nowadays. And that idea of putting a camera in your car to record that kind of stuff was a new thought. Okay, it was a new idea that people were doing, right? So a lot of cars didn't have it. My car didn't. I still don't have it in the car. Okay. So what ended up happening is that his bumper ended up, of course, being completely ruined. And my car only had just like a pretty good, decent dent on it. Because it was a Honda. Hondas are reliable. If you want a new car, get a Honda or a Toyota. Those, especially a Honda. Hondas are reliable. Because I don't know what they make them out of, but considering how fast he was going and it just ended up with a big giant dent on the side, I'm just saying. So, but his entire bumper was like terrible. So we took pictures of it, you know, all of that sort of stuff. We sent it into insurance, whatever. And they were going to offer him, my insurance was going to offer him, because I had insurance, I was insured. They're offering him $500,000, which is $500,000. And he was like, that's not enough. Now, let me just describe to you how this man looked. This man looked like he was made out of $1 million. I won't exactly describe to you exactly how he looked, but he looked pretty well off, okay? And that's not me just saying it. Like, he looked, you know how like when you think of just wealthy people, like you go onto Google and you type up wealthy person and the picture pops up with like a person like wearing just immaculate suit, like hair very nicely done, all that sort of stuff. That's what he looked like, okay? Again, not going to describe him completely because I don't want anything, but you know, I had no ill will towards him or whatever, but I just hate where he was going with things. So he was like, that's not enough money. I'm like, $500,000 is not enough money to get a new car. Bro, $500,000, that is enough to place like a down payment on a really nice house or get like 2 or 3 cars. Cash. Like, but no, instead, what he did is he decided to go to court and sue me over mental, emotional, and physical damages. Because apparently, the wreck was so bad, the car wreck was so bad that it hurt his knee. And then apparently he didn't get surgery for that knee until 3 years after the accident. So, yeah, that was crazy. The good thing is I didn't have to pay for a lawyer because the insurance company decided to actually cover all the lawyers and all that sort of stuff. So they covered everything, which was so great that we didn't have to pay out of pocket for this, because they dragged this on for like 7 years. It only just now got finalized to be done with. But he ended up asking, instead of the $500,000, he was asking for like basically millions of dollars, right? And they dragged it on, this lawsuit, on for so long that my mom and I, literally, we thought we were going to lose the house. We thought we were going to lose everything. I'm gonna snooze the ad. We literally thought we were going to lose everything because that's how it was. And that was going on all in the background as I was doing my streaming and everything. All of this was happening in the background. I even got like served. I almost had to go to court. Thankfully, we didn't. They were able to settle out of court, which is good. Actually, funny enough, one of the I'm trying to remember. One of the judges actually said that he was gonna throw it out anyways, because he looked at all of the stuff and he was like, nah, you're not winning this, my guy. Like, this is not a winning case. Because the lawyers had gotten, I guess, some evidence of other stuff through discovery that this guy had been, apparently has a history of getting into car accidents and then suing the people for it. So, insurance fraud is what it's called. So, it looks like this guy has had a history because apparently at the time with my accident, he was involved in 2 other accidents also under the same insurance company. So I think that they were starting to catch on, like, hey, this is kind of weird. So, yeah. It was crazy. I'm glad that that lawsuit is, like, over and done with. And I ended up not having to go to court, but like, what made him look at me and then just go, yeah, this girl totally has millions of dollars under her belt, totally. Like, dude, no. Like, do you make a habit out of ruining people's lives? So yeah, that was crazy. I'm glad that it's over and done with and I can finally talk about it. Because, you know, again, it was a civil case. The other thing is this was a civil case. So that means that there is no jury or anything like that. You know, I wouldn't be done in front of a jury. It would just be the judge and everything. You know, there's a lot of stuff and paperwork that I had to fill out and things like that. Of course, I'm not going to go into details about it because it doesn't really matter in the long run. But yeah, being in a lawsuit and going through like civil case and civil proceedings and all of that is really, really crazy. And it can really burden your mind because, you know, you do have to deal with the stress of, are you going to lose like everything? Because at the end of the day, we were very, very small. Like, my mom and I are very, very small fish. And he's like a big dude. You know, he's like got a lot of money. He's got a lot of stuff. Then we were very concerned and very worried. But hey, I hope he's happy with however much money he got out of it. And, you know, he's just, I don't know. It was so weird. One red flag that tipped me off really quickly though to him, and I probably should have thought about that when I was looking at his stuff, is that his car that he had was a Nissan, but he pulled out registration for a different car that also wasn't under his name. It was under his wife's name. That's a red flag right there, okay? That something's up. Now, if I ever do get into an accident, like, I know now I'm going to be recording. I'm going to be recording that. I'm going to record them too. Just to literally show that there was no physical or mental damage that had happened. Like, they were fine, right? So, I did end up having whiplash from that. And also, that's not even the first accident I've ever been in. I think that's like the second or like third accident I've ever been in. So I've been in a few like car accidents before. That one was probably the most... No, I had another one that was actually a little bit worse. When I was really, really young. And when I mean like really young, I mean like super, super young. I was toddler. But I still do remember it. So, but yeah, being in lawsuits is not fun. Oh, and there it says that the ad break is gonna happen. So I'm gonna actually let the ad break go, And while that goes, I'm gonna be trying to think up of something else that we can kind of do. I'm trying to like think about like what to chat about and stuff and just kind of like chillax here. I was gonna play a game, but I kind of really don't feel like playing games. Sometimes I just want to sit here and just want to chat with you guys instead. What is this? Oh, interesting. What the heck? Wait, is that like available now or no? Hold on. No. Sad. I thought something was gonna be so cool. You know what? I'm gonna look at some stuff. Yeah, it looks like everyone's either playing Monster Hunter Stories 3. Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute. Oh, I see. I understand now. Oh, they're just playing Wilds. I was like, what are they playing? Yeah, Saturday is like everybody's live. Saturday, everyone's live. Everyone's here. That means that there's so much opportunities to go and raid people after we're done. Yippee! Oh, you know what I could see? If changing over to be right back and then coming back actually crashes everything. I should test that. That would be fun. But then I'm like, at the same time, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Oh my gosh, you know what? I need that as a badge on my model. I just thought this saw really something funny. Ugh. Well, now we have to sit here and we must wait in order for people to come back from that of the stream from that words. Words do be wording. You know, actually, I'll ask this again when people come back from streams, but how is was it Poketopia? Poketopia? How is that? I hope that it's going good for people. I'm really upset though, because all the new games that are coming out, oh my gosh, all the new games that are coming out for the Switch and stuff, it's all, wait, is Monster Hunter Stories 3 Switch only? Hold on. I must open up Steam. Oh, no, okay, it is on Steam. All right. Oh wait, no, this Monster Hunter Stories. Story. Oh wait, it is on Steam. How much is it though? $70? Monster Hunter Stories 3 is $70? That's a lot. What's in the deluxe edition? Or what's in the premium? What's in the premium deluxe edition? Okay, hold on. I need to see what the premium deluxe. What is the premium deluxe edition? Why is it not telling me? I'm looking at Monster Hunter Stories 3 and I wanted to see what is in the deluxe premium edition. What is in the deluxe premium edition? It's not telling me. Why is this not telling me? Why is it? Is the premium deluxe edition just like it gives you all of the deluxe stuff? It's $100. $100. And then the base game itself is just 70 bucks. I bought Monster Hunter Stories 2 for 20 bucks. And that was with the deluxe edition. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. But to be fair, with how the effects on it look and how good it looks, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, but it's interesting. I'm honestly very interested in the game, honestly. I'm trying to not watch people play it. I know people are playing it. I'm trying to not watch people play it so I can have like a blind playtest of it. Also, by the way, it got announced that Alejandro Saab ends up voicing one of the characters in it, and I was like, I knew it. I saw the character and I'm like, I'm betting Alejandro Saab is going to voice act as the English voice actor for that. And you want to know the reason why? I knew immediately because people really love the character. Like there's like fan art, like people were super excited about this character. People were like, you know, having not so holier than thou thoughts about that character, and I was like, Alejandro Saab is 100% going to voice his character and ruin everything, because of course he is. I knew that almost instantaneously when seeing it. Yeah, but I've been playing through Monster Hunter Stories 2. I've been really enjoying Monster Hunter Stories 2. I wonder if you have Monster Hunter Stories 2 and like other save data from other games, if you get cool bonuses, because that's what Monster Hunter Stories 2 did, is like, oh, you have save data from like other Monster Hunter games, so you get like extra stuff. Because I had World and Rise, so I got like extra things from that, which is really cool. I like when they kind of do that, because it's really awesome. I don't know. I think it's cool. I will say though, in Monster Hunter Stories, you don't have Insect Glaive, and I'm kind of upset about that. I'm like, what? What do you mean I can't have Insect Glaive? So I've just been maining, I have bow. Basically, I switch between them. I switch all between them. I have bow, I have hammer, and I have greatsword. That's what I switch between. So when it comes to Monster Hunter Stories 3, that's what I do. I will say though, I'm thinking about moving into Hunting Horn a little bit too. Learning Hunting Horn. Seems weird, but that's how it be sometimes. The one problem is with everybody playing Monster Hunter Stories 3 and then everyone talking about Monster Hunter Stories 3, I feel like I'm going to be very, very spoiled about like what's in Monster Hunter Stories 3. So anytime that I see anything with Monster Hunter, I'm just gonna scroll past. I'm just gonna keep scrolling. I'm just gonna keep scrolling because I want to see that. I want to see it. I don't want to be spoiled. I want to be able to play the game without anything. You know? It's like you have to be off the internet, right? I will say, most of Requiem is spoiled for me because there was so much Leon Kennedy stuff. I'm like, damn, guys, chill. I'm also not surprised how crazy the mods are going because, of course, that's any game where there's Leon in it, you know the mods are gonna go crazy. And there is some pretty interesting mods, and I'm just like, ooh, you gotta make sure to turn your mods off before you stream, because I know that there are some people that have some very, very 18 plus ones that's just like, that would be a terrible mistake to forget to turn off your mods. Uh-oh. my water went down the wrong tube. I hate when that happens. Why does it go down the wrong way? I don't want it to go down the wrong way. I don't know if you can hear me cracking my back at all, but I literally, like, kind of cracked my shoulder as well. Oh. I'm, like, adjusted, cracking. I'm getting old, guys. Oh my goodness.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Oh my god.
This crap gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs.
I'm trying to head
I'm gonna say it real
I'm
slow
George,
for
the
you.
Pro Streamer, and this is Art, my lovely co-host.
I-
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos.
Oh my gosh, welcome in.
Welcome, my devotee. Enjoy the chaos of the forest.
Hello, raiders. Welcome in. I am Art Creates, your lovely local monster girl in your forest and also in your walls. I'm also the great goddess of chaos, so wherever there is chaos, there is also me. Hi, Velvet. Hi. How are you on this wonderful day? I don't know why I suddenly started singing, but now you get a song. Velvet loves chaos. Hey, you know what? That's why you're here. But hello, welcome in, raiders. Free song, huge. I know. Every once in a while, I'll pull out a little song. Sing you a little song. We all start singing when greening by Velvet. Yeah, we always gotta get like a little nice little song. I was trying to headbang, but my tracking kept going away because my hair kept getting in my face and cutting off my tracking. That's why every once in a while I just saw it freeze. Oh, you were doing some special events? What are we doing? What are you doing? I like your nebula. Thank you. Let me pull up myself. I'm your local monster girl. Here is my lovely nebula for all you to enjoy. Lovely. I am the great goddess of chaos, so I have to have that of some stars and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's awesome. Thank you. Let me readjust myself. Or I can look, you know what? I can readjust myself like this. Hi, welcome. 3 year film. 3 years? Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Let's go. Let's hear it for you for 3 years. Let's go. And here's to many more. Cheers for the velvet who's the kitty, the purple kitty. I'm trying to do the, you know, like cheers for the frog, but trying to like change it. Velvet is 3 years old, monetized edition. What will she do? Yeah, that is true. What will you do? I'll be celebrating 5 years of streaming this year. I'll be getting up to 5. Belated raid. Well, welcome in.
My devotee. Enjoy the chaos of the forest.
Welcome. Hell yeah, I know. I can't believe I'm up to 5. Girl, I can't believe I'm up to 5. Artist 5 years. I know. Yeah, can you believe I started out with like a 3D Vroid model and now I made my own model? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And then I don't know how it was for you. Like, you know, it's so fun to see like where people have come. Like, don't take that out of context. come from. I have to start finishing my sentences. I have to start finishing my sentences. I do that so much where I'll Only in context. People, look. I'm too out of context most of the time. Half of my clips are out of context, man. Or I just say the most random stuff that is within context, but also just sounds so out of context. Yeah. It's so within context that's out of context, you know? Like, for example, when I'm playing Monster Hunter, whenever somebody hops on the monster, I always say, bounce on it. Bounce on it, Dio! I like your eerie suit. Thank you! Those are the symbols of chaos for my lore. They were a butt to rig, but I love them. Oh, Monster Hunter? Yes, I am a Monster Hunter player. I do play Monster Hunter. I mainly do art, so we mainly do art and streaming on here. I'm currently working on a Furby customizable, so you might be seeing me work on that next week. And I was going to play Monster Hunter today, but I decided on not playing Monster Hunter today and just kind of sitting and chilling. So sometimes we'll just sit and chill and just kind of vibe, you know, just vibing. Talk about random stuff. Or we'll do some art, or we'll do some Monster Hunter. I also do play a lot of different cozy games too. We maybe played like Stardew Valley or Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter is definitely a cozy game. Monster is definitely a cozy game. Yeah. Every once in a while I pull out Hades as well. It is, yes it is. 100% is. But yeah, but thank you Velvet. If you got a rating run, I understand, you know, streaming is a lot. I know how much it is. I know as a fellow streamer and purple person myself, that's how that is. Did you make that background? Yes I did. I made all of my background as well. Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Yeah, I made all this. I made all the background. Purple people unite. Yeah. It's so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All the people that you see over here in plushie form, those people are all of friends that I've made and stuff. I do have to add, I'm at one point if I update it. Points, possum spot. Yeah, you see this, do you see the possum? Yeah. Yeah, those are all the friends that I've made over the year. Over time. I mean, there's still always room to add more. There's always room, Velvet. Oh my gosh, what the heck? A burp just came out of me as I was laughing.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. This crap gay. Frogs friggin' frogs.
Welcome, ladies.
Not funny.
I am George, the 12-year streamer, and this is Art, my lovely co-host. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos.
Oh my goodness, another raid. Gay frogs! We love the gay frogs here. Hi, Ty! Hello, Ty Wolf. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Art Creates, the lovable local monster girl who lurks in the forest, but also in your walls. I'm also the great goddess of chaos. Here we do a lot of different art, cozy streams, and of course cozy gaming, and also Monster Hunter if you love that. Hi Art, how are you? I am good. How are you? Monster Hunter raid, yes! How is Monster Hunter Stories 3 going? Please don't tell me any spoilers. I do want to play it eventually. I am just playing through. I want to play through it blind. I want to play through it blindly. But I do want to know how it's going. How going? I literally everyone in my almost everyone in my timeline is either it's either Poketopia, Monster Hunter Stories 3, Monster Hunter Wilds, or of course what is the other one? I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh yeah, some people are playing Pokemon Fire and Red because that's come out. I'm good. A lot of emotional stuff in the game, at least. I see. You know what? I've been playing Monster Hunter Stories too, so I understand. I understand the emotionalness. I understand that so much. It's a lot. But I'm glad that you are enjoying the game, even though that it does bring you some emotional stuff.
Welcome, my devotee. Enjoy the chaos of the forest.
Yes, yes, welcome all the chaos of the forest. Welcome, welcome. Yes! Oh my gosh, fish with fire hands! That is true chaotic energy right there. Welcome to becoming chaotic. Fish! Fish! You know, I forget that we have a redeem that you can throw a fish at me. I think if some people forget I have throwable redeems. Alright, sorry for me to leave. It was nice to meet you. It was nice to meet you as well. Yes, please, everyone is always... You may always come around whenever you... Oh, there we go. Fish. Yeah, it's like a drama show and I like it. I know, right? Oh my god. I've been really enjoying Monster Hunter Stories too. So I understand like how Monster Hunter Stories 3 is. I will play it eventually. We're the Fish Wizard gang. We love casting spells about you by the Shadow Sardine Carmen. Oh my gosh. Okay, gotta go have a lay down time. Yes, go lay down, relax. I understand. Thank you so much for the raid and congratulations on your 3-year affiliate anniversary. Congratulations again. Listen, that's me clapping really, really fast. That is not any other sounds, okay? Not any other sounds, all right? There's no other sounds. I should have like a sound. I should have a soundboard so that it plays. Ow! Why did one eye blink and then the other eye blink? That was. Oh my goodness. I see your evil. I see you. I see what you did. But for all raiders, if you do need to raid and go, I understand. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Understand that I will steal all of their credit cards because George loves to collect people's credit cards. So understand that if you do have one card missing, it wasn't me, it was the frog. That's a little joke within our community. So that George loves to steal credit cards. Don't worry, I'm not gonna actually steal your credit card information. Then that's George's job. But I do want to thank you guys for being here and thank you all for the raids. This is so nice to see you all and so nice. It's so nice to get some new people around here as well, and I appreciate you all for the follows and also for the raids, because yeah, I get the great gay frogs. You know what's so funny is when I started streaming, I put it onto the gay frogs like a long time ago, and I've just never ever changed it away from the raid message being the gay frogs because I've never found anything better. And I just love the remix of the gay frog sound. But yes, thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Anyways, I completely forget what I was talking about. I was talking about stuff, but I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh my goodness. I think I was like, I need to keep track of what the heck I was talking about. Because my little brain is so small and it forgets things so easily, so when I get interrupted and stuff, I usually gets derailed. Welcome to my stream. This is why it's chaotic, because I literally derail the conversation all the time, because my own brain does not remember what I said 5 minutes ago. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm like dropping my earbuds out here and everything. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow, that I'm like, I don't know. I've words. Brain no function. This is what happens when you I don't know how some people are able to chat for 3 to 4 to 5 hours, because I'm surprised when I get up to 2, because I'm just sitting here just going, I like chilling, we like chilling, we like vibing stuff, because we like to chill and vibe. Where the heck is my coffee? There you go. We like chillin', we like vibing. I literally have no clue or remember what I was talking about earlier. Well, you know what the great thing is? That then I can talk about other things. Oh, no, I remember what I wanted to talk about. Is anyone playing I was talking about how I didn't like that all the new games for Nintendo is only coming out on the Switch too, because then I would have to pay $500 that I don't have laying around to play all the new stuff, and I'm sad. Oh, and then I started talking about Monster Hunter Stories 3 because I was looking at what the price was for it. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at what the price was for it. I don't know what does the premium deluxe edition come with? I don't know because it's not letting me look at it for what it is. Maybe I have to look at it somewhere else and see where it is because it's not telling me in the actual thing what it does or what's in it. Also, a lot of people didn't realize, because I think during the Game Awards, a lot of people were like, why is Monster Hunter under RPG? And I'm like, you guys do understand that Monster Hunter does clarify as an RPG, right? Because it has story playing elements, you know? It has story elements. It kind of has like that RPG feeling to it, so that's why I'm like, it is an RPG. I'd say that Monster Hunter Stories probably fits more into the RPG, like the typical RPG genre that we think about. But yeah, honestly, I'm really excited for what Monster Hunter Stories 3 has in store. It's just, I really want to get through playing that of Monster Hunter Stories before I really kind of switch over into doing other stuff. Oh, Monster Hunter Wilds has an update. And then let me see how many hours I have in this. Oh my gosh, I have 50 hours already in the game. I haven't been playing like a whole lot, but I've been trying my best to play through Monster Hunter Stories 2. I'm gonna be honest, I just really enjoy it. If I really just want to have like a break day and just do nothing for the entire day, I just load that up and just play it. When I first got it, I would play it and I would play it until like really early in the morning, and then I'd go to bed and then I'd wake up and then I'd have to do stuff throughout the day. I was really tired, but I had a lot of fun. And I'm still having fun just playing through it blindly. I was actually going to watch somebody do a playthrough of this game, but then I decided on not watching it, and I'm glad I didn't watch somebody play it, so that then I can figure out like what all the bosses are and figure out the story and everything myself, so I don't have like a predetermined notion of like everything that's going to happen. Makes also fighting things and fighting bosses and getting to certain points like really, really nice. I am stuck on like certain things because I've gotten to, I think, the last area of the game, or like the last section that's unlocked for the map, I believe. I'm there, but I haven't like completed the entirety of the story for it, so I need to do that. I'm so happy I finally unlocked the wings for Ratha. I'm so happy, so now I can fly around and stuff, because I was like, when am I going to get these wings? But I have to level up so many of my monsties. It's a lot of grinding, but I'm finding it enjoyable. Like, it's an enjoyable grind, so I like when stuff is like that, where it's like not too extreme, but it's just good and it's just really nice. So yeah. I will say, if you are looking for me to play Monster Hunter Stories 2 on stream, no, it is an offline stream, or an offline game. So that's just a game I'm playing on my own, which I feel like, you know, sometimes it's good to just have certain games that you play on your own, because I think for most of the time, a lot of people kind of get hooked onto, oh, I'm just gonna play this game for stream, and then it kind of does burn you out a little bit, sadly, from it. So I didn't want that to happen with Monster Hunter Stories 2. The other thing is, I didn't want people to like spoil stuff for me, and I feel like I would ask like way too many questions, and then people would be like, oh, here's how you do this, here's how you do that, and it's like, yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to just play it on my own, and oh my god. My friends have so interesting names on Steam. I try and never look at it, but every once in a while I see it and I'm like, what? What is that name? So I take it you saw Lord. Yeah. He changes it nearly, but I noticed he does, Opie. I noticed he does that. Because it's always Lore's. It's always Lore. And the funny thing is, I know it's always Lore because he's the only one that does it. Because everyone else like has their name and they're like and saying if they're a VTuber or not, right? And that's it. Oh my god! Oh my god! He just said. Why is he knocking on my door? He's sending me messages. He's sending me messages on Steam right now. What do you want, Lore? No, I don't want your delectable liquid cheeseburgers. I got you pulled up so he can hear you. I don't want... Lore, I don't want your delectable cheeseburgers. Did he just get caught by the FDA? Now he's saying that he was never here. Sure, Lore, sure. What the heck? They're liquid cheeseburgers? Oh my, yeah, his name is Liquid Cheeseburger Salesman. The picture doesn't make it any better, Lore. I literally saw the picture pop up and I was like, who the heck is that? And then I saw the name, I'm like, oh, that's Lore. I knew almost instantaneously based off of the naming. It's always a delight because I'll be working on an art project, right? He stole that picture from me. It's my village from Animal Crossing with a fisheye lens. Oh, yeah, I thought it was an Animal Crossing villager. I thought that's what it was. I am not surprised. Oh my gosh. Also, Opie, how are you? I know that you always lurk in my streams. I know you're always here. I know you're always here somewhere. How goes Stories? Stories is going good. I've been playing through it on my own very nicely. I love it. I got it during the Capcom sale. So I got it for like, I got the deluxe, the deluxe edition for like 20 bucks. And funny enough, I was telling Jose about it and then he was like, yeah, I got it too for 20 bucks. Cause it was 20 bucks. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. I need to pick it back up. I must raise. Basil Geese is in there? Well, I at least know one monster that's in there. I haven't gotten to Basil. So don't spoil any more monsters for me. I'm trying to be unspoiled. At least he's into. Yeah, I haven't gotten to Basil Geese then. I have seen a thing that that Devil Joe is in 3. I got, you know, there was some spoilers for like monsters, but I try and not get spoilers like on the story. I don't really mind monster spoilers too much, but I try and like not get the monsty spoilers. I want to like be clean and pure. But yeah. I half want Pickleman and Wilds, but do I really want? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna be honest, the level that we have right now with Monster Hunter with like the 10 stars and everything, it feels like we're already in Master Rank without being in Master Rank, which makes me really scared for Master Rank, okay? I'm terrified. I know that that's coming out in the summer. We're getting an announcement in the summer. I know! I'm gonna be honest, when we had that, what was it? It was like a side quest for Nadia. I was so surprised I was able to beat I was able to beat it first try with that. That was crazy. If you want to go and see that, that was our past Monster Hunter stream. I'm so surprised. Because honestly, I feel like right now in the game, if you do not have Gogmazios on, like, not gonna lie, I was shocked that the slime quest had more fight than I haven't done the slime quest because I've just been playing Monster Hunter Stories too. I've been too sucked into Monster Hunter Stories to be playing. I go through cycles. Like I'll be in one game and I'll just dedicate like most of my time to that game, and then I'll stop and then I'll play another one. The 10 Rumpupulos, I do want to play. Okay, you know what the funny thing is? I am one of the few people that loves Rumpupulo and actually loves fighting him. I'm one of the few people that loves him. Because the other thing is I love to deflate him. That's my thing. I love deflating him. I like him, but not at 10. Oh, is that how bad it is? Now I'm excited. I actually am excited now to play 10 then. I want to play the 10 star. Honestly, a lot of the 10 stars scare me, and I think it's just more of because it's not that my gear is not up to level. I feel like my gear is very much up to level. It's just a lot of these monsters hit really hard. It reminds me of World. 10 stars remind me of World, man. That's what it reminds me of. But yeah, I will say though, I am looking forward to Master Rank. I'm terrified of Master Rank. The other thing is too, a lot of people, I still see that a lot of people are really upset that there's not a lot of Elder Dragons in this. And I think it's just because a lot of people are going from World to Wilds. And I'm just like, not a lot of, you know, not a whole lot of people have that. You know? Not a whole lot of people. Not a whole lot of the Monster Hunter games really need Elder Dragons to become, and I think the reason that they're like, why aren't there any Elder Dragons? Because they equivalent Elder Dragons to difficulty, right? Technically, the Apexes are Elder Dragons, and the amount is about the same as. Yes, I did see that. The amount is the same as World. So, to be fair, I mean, that's just how it is. People just like to complain. I think so. I think the other thing is people like to say, you know, they just like judged Wilds based off of like, you know, the little bit that we had gotten. The other thing is a lot of people were like playing the demo and were like, oh, this game is going to be so hard. And then they actually started playing the game when it fully released. And they're like, wow, this is like way too easy. And I'm like, guys, they made the demo difficult on purpose. Right? They made it difficult on purpose. So that's why I'm just like, you know, when I see people complaining about that stuff, I'm like, you shouldn't be complaining, because it's just like it'll grow up, it'll grow eventually. And now I feel like it's more difficult than World was. I feel like Wilds is definitely more difficult, at least in later game, than it was in World. That's why I'm scared for Mastering. We're in Mastering right now. What are they talking about? Mastering. Mastering literally puts you back at square one. Because now you have to like basically re-grind. And I'm just like, oh, I'm terrified. But who knows? Maybe it'll get my hunter rank up to, you know, 999. There's somebody that we do know within our community that already is 999. And I'm like, bro, how? And he's just like, I just play Monster Hunter constantly. It really does. I remember mastering in World and struggle. Glavios was a struggle. I'm like trying to think of right now. The last time that I went into World, I kind of have been just like playing through the guiding lands for the most part and just kind of like grinding through that. But then I'm like super scared because I'm not at all prepped for I'm not at all prepped for Raging Brachydios. I was surprised that I got past Drajang and also Zinogre with ease. They were so easy. My insect literally ate Rajang's horns. Once I got past him, things eased up. Yeah, Glavenus isn't like that terrible. At least for me, because I'm an Insect Glaive. And the great thing about Insect Glaive in World is none of the monsters really aim upwards. Very rarely do they have aerial attacks. So I can just avoid all of the attacks. Which is really, really good. But in Wilds, they made the monsters be able to punch up. And that is what has made Wilds like really, really good. Because I actually have a challenge as an Insect Glaive user. And a lot of people probably don't realize that. But they do have much more range areas of attack, which is so great. I love it. Because I'm getting a challenge now as an Insect Glaive user. Like, I have to retrain and like build up my skills a lot better. Look at Aerial Dancer and me having to take everything with my gun. Oh yeah. Well, I am a bow user too, so every once in a while, well, being a bow user, I just gotta get really good at dodging and then I can just take no attack, no damage. I just pick the things that I don't get hit very much and then I can do damage. Look, I have my priorities. So yeah. But now that I know that Basilgeuse is in the game, that's gonna be really cool when I get to that in Monster Hunter Stories. I might play some of it off when I'm done streaming here. Because honestly, I've kind of been missing it and I kind of just want to go and do it. Although I'm a bit excited, Pom Possum is wanting to try Rise. Oh, really? There's actually somebody else that's in our community that is playing through Rise as well. Or like going back into it. Every once in a while, I downloaded all of my Monster Hunter games that I have. So I have Rise, I have Wilds, I have Monster Hunter Stories, and I have World. All on here. All in this piece. I went back into Rise and I was just like, oh my goodness. My dad used to be a big gamer and now that he's getting closer to retirement, he's been wanting to get back into gaming. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. I think that my dad would probably be very much interested in Monster Hunter as well. I think that he would like it. I think he would actually like maybe more stories, but he might have actually liked all the other ones. He was super into Skyrim. He used to be so into Skyrim. Yeah, he was a great guy. But, you know, there's a lot of things that happened to him. He passed away along when I was 18. I still need to play Skyrim. Yeah. He didn't have like the lore books, but he has we have the like player handbook, like the big like thick handbook for it, because he would play through the game and then he would buy the book so that then he could see like all the hidden stuff that was like hidden in things, and then he'd go and he would replay it again and find all this. He was 100%er. He was 100%er player. That's what he did. He would just non-stop play. Like, literally, he would go to his work, he'd come home, and he'd play Skyrim. This guy was so dedicated to playing Skyrim. Honestly, you know, and he was the one that got me into gaming. You know, he was the one that got me interested into gaming and doing all this stuff. But he was super dedicated to it. But yeah. So, but unfortunately, he got sick, and then he started forgetting how to play games and a lot of other stuff that had happened. So, and then he passed when I was 18, and I still have his entire collection, but only later on did I realize that he played Skyrim, because I started looking through his games that he had, and then in the garage, like recently, I had found a whole box that said Nintendo on it. So I opened it up. It has OG Metroid. Thank you for the head pat. But he had OG Metroid. I'm talking OG Metroid. I knew that he had the OG original Metroid. He also had Castlevania 2, which is not the best Castlevania, but he also had the original Castlevania 2. There's a bunch of other ones in there too that are relics, man. They're relics at this point. He also had Oblivion along with Skyrim. So he had Oblivion, and I guess he liked Oblivion, so he picked up Skyrim, and he just constantly played Skyrim. I also found Kingdom Hearts. I was like, he had Kingdom Hearts? But apparently, yeah, he had Kingdom Hearts. He played Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2. So yeah. I don't know. He was a gamer through and through, okay? If he was alive today, I think that I totally would have gotten him into streaming. I probably would have gotten him into doing streaming. Because then he would just be like, a grandpa playing through it. I'd just be like, yeah, live streaming is just like being on a live theater stage. Because he was a theater kid. He was a theater kid. He wanted to be an actor. And I'm just like, dude, he could have done this. I feel like he would have liked it. I feel like he would have. He would have been very much like, you know, what does like all of this stuff mean? Like, what does this stuff mean, right? But he 100% would have built like just an entire great gaming PC just to play Skyrim with a bunch of mods. He would so just be solely a Skyrim modding streamer. I swear. But at the time, like, you know, when he had passed, like the idea of PC gaming was still fairly in its infancy, or at least it wasn't completely in its infancy, but it was, I guess, just not as big as it is nowadays. So, but yeah. But I do thank him for getting me interested in gaming, because I don't think I would have been as interested as I was. But you know who you can thank for getting me into Monster Hunter? You can thank Jose for that. Jose did that. So I think, you know, I thank the guys in my life for getting me interested in games that are just so cool, you know. But my dad got me into The Legend of Zelda, so that's why I love The Legend of Zelda, is because that's what he got me into. And then that's also why I like a lot of action adventure games. He also got me Rayman. Who remembers Rayman? Who remembers that game? Oh my gosh, that's like one of my favorite older games. I want a Rayman remake, man. Where is my Rayman? I miss him. I miss Rayman. Rayman was like my Sonic. That's what it was. But yeah, he got me like Rayman, and I would just sit and I would play through that Rayman game all the time. All the time. I was always playing Rayman. Loved it. Loved that game. I think there were some parts where I got like really frustrated because there was some difficult like puzzle areas. I didn't really like it too much, but I still had like a lot of fun, you know? I don't think I ever did Spyro though. I was interested in Spyro, but I don't think I ever got Spyro. Honestly, there's like every once in a while, I'll just like see like a pile of, pile of games in certain areas and locations, and I just like look through it sometimes, and I'm just like, damn, Dad had this? That's why I found Kingdom Hearts. I found Skyrim that way, because I was like, I think this is the game that he always would play, which it was Skyrim. He would always play Skyrim. I don't think I ever saw him play another, at least like later on, I don't think he ever played, oh my gosh, I hit my mic. I don't think I ever saw him play like another game that, other than really Skyrim. He probably did play other games, but he mainly played Skyrim. I've never seen a man more dedicated to playing Skyrim. I'm forgetting how to say the name because I've said it so much. Yeah. Funny enough, you want to know how my dad got into gaming? He got into gaming because he bought an NES for my mom for their wedding. That was their wedding present. And then he got her The Legend of Zelda, and he got her original Mario. You know, with the NES, when you bought the NES, it came with a game, and that game was Duck Hunt and Super Mario. The only game that my mom knows and knows how to play really well is Super Mario. Is any of the Mario games. That's the only like game characters and games that she knows, and that's like the only game that she's really played. I told her, I was like, if we get you into gaming, I think that you would really like Stardew Valley. I personally think she would love Stardew Valley because it's easy enough because she won't get motion sickness because there's not a camera that you have to move around and stuff. Because she says like moving the camera around and having the camera switch positions and stuff really makes her motion sickness, like get motion sickness. So it's one stationary thing. You don't really have to do a lot. You know, you just click around and do stuff. So I think like for her, like something like Stardew Valley, that's really easy. You'd be able to do that. But yeah, so that's a fun thing. That's how my dad got into gaming. He literally bought it for their wedding present, and then he got really into it, and he ended up just getting more games for it. That's how we ended up with having Metroid. It's because he played Metroid. I don't really remember. I don't think when he had gotten Metroid, like he was playing through it at the time, but there was I'm trying to remember, but he was always like interested in allowing me to have like games and stuff like that. So that's why I ended up getting a Game Boy Advanced, and then I also got, oh my goodness, I feel the love. That's why, so he got me a Game Boy Advanced, and then that's when I found one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games, which is Minish Cap. That's my favorite Zelda game. I know a lot of people might be like, what? But there's so many other kinds of Zelda games. Why Minish Cap? Because I can make myself really small and your cat gets to talk to you. Okay? I gotta get dinner ready. I'll be lurking. Yes, go make dinner. Be good. Feed yourself. You know, the funny thing is, I didn't eat lunch. Don't worry. After this, I'll have a snack. Don't worry. Sometimes I'm just like not hungry in the afternoon. So I'll have a good breakfast, and then I'll skip lunch, and then I'll have a dinner. I will eat. But yeah, I love Minish Cap. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Legend of Zelda game. And then I ended up getting a DS, like the OG DS. This was before DS Lite, okay? So yeah. And I got Nintendogs on it. I got Nintendogs because I wanted a dog. So my dad literally bought me a DS, gave me Nintendogs, and said, "Here is your dog." That's how I ended up with Nintendogs. And then I'm trying to think. And then there's a few other games. Oh, also on there is when I got Pokemon Black and White. Well, Pokemon White version. And that was my first ever Pokemon game that I played. And then I ended up later on getting 3DS that I got eventually. And then I ended up playing Pokemon Moon. And I also got Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. And then I also got Majora's Mask and the Ocarina of Time remake that they did, and a few other games that just like kind of play through and just have fun with. And then I think I also got like Tamagotchi Life and Miitopia. Those are the other two that I got, and I loved playing through that. As you can notice, I was very much console. I was a very much console person, and then only later did I start moving over into more PC games. And now I'm just like PC gamer, man. I still do play console games, you know, because I still have my Switch and stuff, so I still play through that. And I've had like a lot of fun just playing through all the different kinds of console games and everything. But now it's like, I don't think I'd spend like spending 300 on the Switch 1 was already a lot, and now you're telling me to spend 500 on the Switch 2? Yeah, sorry, no, I don't have that money laying around, man. I can't. But then I'm like super sad because I want to play the new Tamagotchi Life, but I can't because that's only Switch 2. And then, you know, can't play Poketopia because, again, Switch 2. The new Pokemon series that's coming out, I can't play that either because it's probably also going to be on the Switch 2. And, you know, they don't port them over to other things. You know, you have to buy the $500 console to play this one game, right? That is one thing that I always kind of hated about Nintendo, in a sense, is like there's no real way to play any of the other games without doing that, and I'm just like, really? So and I think that's why I switched away from consoles and became more a PC player, because I kind of hated the entirety of console exclusivity. Where not only that's exclusive to one console, but also exclusive to one console in particular. And, you know, they don't like think about releasing it or like updated consoles. But I think, you know, maybe it's just because, you know, the software might not work with the system. But I think I can understand that. Oh, excuse me. I'm burpy. I'm very burpy. I'm a burpy girl. Yeah. So. Doing a lot of topics on that. Sorry, like, I will say I am very open about talking about my father that has passed away. It was like a long time ago, because yeah. So I will say, if you guys were like not expecting to hear about dead fathers, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened. Usually when I talk about like gaming and doing gaming and stuff like that, usually that topic always comes up. Yeah. But he was a good guy. He was a really good guy. Love him. Miss him. But, you know. Dead family members. Yeah. Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh my goodness. I'm literally popping every single time that I stretch and stuff, something cracks. That's how you know I'm getting old. I'm becoming a hag. Well, I'm already 5 years into streaming, man. I'm already 5 years of 3 years of making content, really. Because only until like 3 years ago did I really start delving further into it. But yeah, so much time of being here and like making content for you guys over the years. Like, it's crazy. Actually, I do want to talk a little bit about what I am planning. So when we are going to be celebrating it, I'm gonna try and do a 12-hour stream. There will probably be some breaks in between it. I just don't know how I'm gonna really set up the timing. What I was thinking of doing was kind of doing it really early in the morning, so that then I can basically be awake during the day of the 12-hour stream, and then it'll end when trying to think. It'll end when it gets, you know, later on in the day. And what I was thinking about it being was in my time zone, maybe starting about like 10 o'clock in the morning for me, and then we'd end around 10 at night. That way, So then I can go to bed and I can sleep and I don't have to worry about my PC running and being on, right? And the reason I kind of want to make it a 12-hour stream is just to talk with you guys, to discuss things, but also I do want to make it so that people can be able to kind of come on every now and then, right? Now, of course, we're probably going to have like a break during like the lunchtime. So that'll be like an hour or two like break that I'll have. So I'll have like 2 hours and then a 2-hour break and then more chatting and talking and also just like inviting people. It'll be like a whole collab thing, just kind of celebrate it and just have fun. And also, of course, that'll be when we are debuting the male model. So the male model will get debuted. Of course, I won't be doing it at the beginning of the stream. I'll probably be doing it later on in the stream. And the reason that I want to do it later on in the stream is that then, you know, people can come in and, you know, and then we'll have like a whole little debut section for that. And then, of course, we're gonna just be kind of going over and reviewing like the 5 years. We'll look at all the older clips that we have from the beginning, so you can see like where I started off with streaming and everything. Oh, just like to where everything has come from and where we are now, because there's so many crazy things out there of what has been done, and it just feels absolutely great that after 5 years I'm still here, we're still doing this stuff, and that we've come so far in this time. And of course, you know, we also have just such a growing community as well, like through Discord, and we have like Discord nights, and we have, you know, we talk, we share art, we just talk about whatever's going, you know, we just have like a little nice community going on, and I love it. And I love that newer people are coming in through raids or through finding my shorts and through finding all that sort of stuff, and we've been really like growing like a lot more, and I just really appreciate it. It makes me happy to see like new people around too. You know, it's always nice to see the old people, and then it's always nice to see new people coming in and finding me and just enjoying my content, and we chill and we hang and we just have fun, you know? And, you know, you guys get to see me grow, and I get to hear random stuff about what's going on with you guys. Because some people do come in with, like, the most craziest stories sometimes, and I'm just like, what? Like, what's the chat lore, man? That got more interesting lore than I do sometimes. And it's just really crazy. It really is to still be doing this after so long, and it just really makes me appreciate everybody and everything that I have been doing, and I'm still like looking forward to and working on. And of course, you know, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that we're gonna talk about and we're gonna have fun with, and we're just gonna vibe. We're gonna just chill and vibe. But it definitely is gonna be an endurance stream. I will say I might make it a subathon as well. Subathon. But what I am going to do is, if I do that, then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do like a discount sale as well. So during the 12-hour stream for the 5-year anniversary, I'm going to make it so that then subs are discounted. Just so that then, you know, yeah, save some money. We just chill, we just vibe, we enjoy ourselves, and just have fun. The main point is to have fun. I don't really care about it being a subathon. I mostly care about us just having fun. Oh my gosh. And yeah. So, and that's kind of how I want to go. Of course, debuting the male model is going to be amazing, because... Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. Let me see. Can I want to see if I can pull up the male model without it being a problem, because for a while he didn't have his shirt on. Now he does. Because I haven't really shown off much progress of the male model. Oh. My PC chugging. There's a lot of layers. He's got a lot of layers. Here we go. Turn that off. He's not like fully done yet. Ad warning. No, snooze. Snooze. Go sleep ads. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, little babies. I don't know why I was doing it like that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I will say though, what I'm waiting for really with this model is I'm just hoping and praying for VTube Studio to update so that it can accept version 5.3 of Clip Studio, or of Live 2D. So Live 2D has like a lot of new upgrades that they did for 5.3, but none of it is almost all of it is not accepted. So all the new stuff that they added is not accepted in VTube Studio. So it's like the stuff to make the models doesn't work within the actual program that is supposed to be for the tracking, which is not good. That's not supposed to happen. So I'm just hoping and praying that VTube eventually does update to where it can do that. Because this model would work better with that. So let me turn on that. This is when we were looking at 3D models for not 3D, for 3.0. So that's a little sneak peek on some 3.0 ideas. This one I can fully open. I don't mind really showing him off. So yeah, here's the work in progress of him. So actually, I can do that. Got a lot of scars. He's a very, very scarry boy. I also like that he has like a very feminine looking face, but then he has like the most masculine looking body ever. I pride myself on his abs. I'm going to be honest. I normally with muscular men, I don't really get it right sometimes, but I pride myself on this one. I tried very, very hard, okay? I did good. I did good work. There is still some stuff that I do want to do with in his model to be able to like make it a little bit better. But yeah. He's looking good. He's looking good. So far, he's looking really good. And then, of course, he and I both have our three toesies. Yeah. Cool, fun little detail, though. He has a broken... Where I have a full gem, his gem is broken. I wanted him to look more like rugged and stuff. I do hope, though, that Twitch don't bonk us, because he is wearing pants, but he just has like a crop top that he's gonna wear kind of over this, right? And you'll be able to remove the shawl. I don't know if I want to make it that you can remove his shirt, though. We'll have to see about that. But he is a guy with long hair, so people that like long-haired guys, here's your man. Here's your man. Here you go. He's got long hair. Long hair, guys. You want him? You want him? Fetch. Why did I do that? That's so dumb. But yeah, that's him. He's looking real good. He's looking real good. a lot of grunginess, a lot of like chains and stuff. There's a few things that he's missing, but he's almost done. I'm just like literally working on his clothes. He does have some other parts that do need to be rendered, but I don't want to like over render a lot of stuff. I know some people that like really render out models, but then I'm like, yeah, when you really render out models, it looks really weird when you have like a fully rendered body and then your face is like studio light lit up and it's like really smooth and everything because there's not a whole lot of texturing there. So I'm like, I want to be able to match the amount that I have on the body to what the face has, because then it makes it look more coherent. If I were to really render it the way that it probably should be, yeah, he'd be looking a whole lot different. But yeah. Also, fun thing, where this guy is gonna be is he is going to be over here in this area. So the desert area that you see over there, that's where he's gonna be. That's a little hint for you guys. Also, it won't be nighttime. Did you guys notice that we always are in the nighttime? It's always nighttime over here. That's on purpose. I am of the night, stars and everything. And then he will be of the day. So you're gonna see what the area, what our little forest area that we have out here looks like during the day. And by the way, every single background scene is connected. So his background scene is going to be in that desert area. My background scene with the forest, you can actually see in the distance. It's really hard to see, but there's a white dot out there. If you look under the moon, you'll see the lake. But a little bit below the lake, you'll see a white dot. That white dot is not a mistake. That is on purpose. That is the portals. Those are the portals. You can actually move over there if we want to. Let's move over to the portals. Let's teleport to the portals! Away! So this is the portal area, of course, that we have. But now it's a full moon instead of a crescent moon. But yeah, they're all connected. So this is the portal area. And then if we go over back to just to our room, to the fire lookout, away! The lake is over there. Ah. We're also changing times. That's why the moon is different. Don't worry about it. So yeah, they're all connected. All connected. I wanted to have that kind of like background lore to all the stuff. So even the background has lore. Why did I make my background have lore? Because I think that it's cool. So all the backgrounds have lore. And even when I do my 3.0, that one I'll try and figure a way to connect it. Actually, we're getting 2 new areas for our lore. Because technically all of this is happening in like my own little pocket dimension world. So we can kind of change up what everything looks like so I can make my own little areas and stuff. That area was all made by destruction. That area is all destruction. That's the male model. That's Traw's area. He made that. So he made where he wants to be. And then I made where I want to be. And we're gonna probably be getting a new area as well as like his background. That's gonna be like a medium background for both either me or the male model to have, but we might use it more for like celebrations and stuff, right? So it'll be our celebratory background. Yeah, why I make more backgrounds? Because cool backgrounds are cool. Because more backgrounds are cool. And I want to have more stuff. I just have fun. So if you ever come back or ever want to know anything, almost all of my backgrounds usually have some sort of like lore to them. There's like little secrets to lore and stuff. Because I like that. I like having fun with that. And I think it's just nice to tell a story with a background. Because there's me, and then it's like, hey, you see this cool, awesome background, but there's a lot of lore. Like, for example, that's my spear over there. The body pillow that you see behind me, that's my partner. My desk over there with all the books. And I love to read, so that's why there's a lot of books everywhere, because I talk about me reading and reading manga or actual books, and so that's why there's a bunch of books. I also like writing. That's why there's an open book over there. It's like me writing and categorizing stuff. And actually, You can see what's written in that book. It's in the back there. It's me writing about portals and stuff and like the way to get to the abyss and everything. So it's really cool. There's a lot of lore stuff that I have in my background. Maybe for the anniversary we'll kind of go over it just to kind of have some fun so you guys can kind of see all the little background details. We'll actually like go in, zoom in, and like look at all the details and just have fun with that. So again, everything within that is like super interconnected. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but the portal area has 2 portals. One that's white and a white portal frame and a black portal frame. That's to represent creation and destruction. So I have been thinking about making the male model ever since that thing came into being. So yeah, everything is connected. I've been planning things for years. That's why I'm like, you know, when things are the way that they are, everything is all interconnected. And the ad is gonna play soon, so enjoy the ads. You will be quizzed when you come back from the ads, so make sure to write stuff down because you will be quizzed on them. Because I totally know what's happening with all the ads. And after this, we are probably going to be ending, and so that then I can go and chillax and relax the rest of the day, and probably go play Monster Hunter Stories, and probably get up to Basil Geese, because now I want a Basil Geese. Now Opie made me want a Basil Geese. Now I gotta get up to there so I can get my Basil Geese. I want the exploding pickle. I can't call it the angry pickle because the angry pickle is reserved for Devil Joe, so it has to be the exploding pickle. Goodbye to all the ads. I hope that you guys enjoy. Yeah, let me actually find somebody for us to raid. I saw that there was a few people that are starting their that look like let me see. Oh, there's somebody doing a birthday stream. Okay, we are probably going to go and do that then. And bring some people over to there. I need to go back and play Baldur's Gate. I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate. There's so many birthdays. It feels like March and November are just like the most birthdays. Oh my gosh. I'm so burpy. I'm so burpy. Why am I so burpy? But I definitely know where we are going to be raiding to, and we are going to be raiding into, I'll just tell for anybody that isn't in ads right now, we are going to be raiding Kiwa because it is their birthday. You know, I need to make a calendar list for showing everybody's birthday and then put a reminder for myself so that I can draw birthday art for everybody, because nobody tells me, and then I'm like, I feel bad because I want to make birthday art for everybody. Most of the time, if I make birthday art for you, it's probably gonna be like I'm gonna make just the worst, the worst. You know what I should do? I should make the worst ever drawings for people's birthday. Just the worst fan art that I can muster. the cursed, the better. That's what I should do for 1 year. It's just make everybody cursed fan art. I should turn everybody into a Furby. Yeah, but it's not really bad fan art. Not bad in like a typical sense, but just like the worst that I can think of, just so that it can be funny. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can hear that alarm. That alarm is for me to go and walk my pupperinos. That's why I said that we were going to be ending stream after the ads are done. At least I was able to find somebody for us to raid. I do have the energy today. I'm surprised that I have the energy. I think it's just because, like, today I just was like, you know what? I want to just do games, but instead we're not going to do games. We're just going to chat. We're just going to chat. We're going to vibe. We're going to vibe today. That's what we're doing. Just chilling and vibing. Because that's what we do. Vibing. Chilling and vibing. Oh my gosh.
Alright, we are all back. That is good to see. That is so good to see. Alright, everybody. Hi, welcome back from the ads. What were the ads about? Do you guys got any news for me? What's the weird ads that decided to play?
Most of the time, what I've noticed is a lot of people get car ads. I don't know what it is with me and cars. Maybe because I've talked about getting a new car. Maybe that's why. Maybe I talk about it and then it goes like, oh, I shall now show your entire chat car ads. Sometimes we do get game ads too, which makes sense. Except it literally has nothing to do because I'm like doing art and for some reason they do it and I'm like, you know what? Ads are weird. We love ads, but ads are weird. But for those that were caught up in the ads, I was talking about basically who we should raid. And we are going to be raiding the lovely Kiwa because it is their birthday. A lot of people's birthday. It was Neapolitans yesterday, and now today it is the lovely Kiwas. So we are going to be raiding them. They are doing some Minecraft, but you know, we're gonna go and raid them so that they can have a little bit of some birthday celebration. So I'm actually going to make a specific raid message for their birthday because we should be giving them a happy birthday because it's their birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay, let me do a birthday raid message. Say, I want to get a universal emote for us to use, but then we can. Interesting. I just want to do a universal one that way so that all of us can be able. Oh yeah. I forgot that I have hype train emotes. Oh wait, you know what? I know exactly. Oh, I almost misspelled that. Alright. Oh. There we go. Let me just repost this times. There we go. I got our raid message. Happy chaotic birthday. That is our raid message. So make sure to be able to copy that because we want to make sure that we actually do give her that raid message. So let me get her thing up. You'll always hear me break out into song a little bit. Look, I was a theater kid. I don't know if you noticed, I was a theater kid. I was a theater kid. But anyways, we are going to be rating that lovely Kiwa. Let me double check to make sure that I spelled her name correctly. I did spell her name correctly. So let us make sure. There we go, and there we go. I am going to be sending you off to the lovely Kiwa. Make sure to give her all of the birthday wishes that you can. So make sure that you go and give her some good, awesome, amazing birthday wishes. As it is her lovely birthday. So we gotta go and celebrate it. But I do want to thank those that have joined me into here. We are just chilling and vibing today. I do want to thank you for all of the raids. If you do want to catch me or any more of my content, you can always join that of our Discord. We always have community nights on Fridays. And then most of the time I do try and chat in the Discord. Or if you want to see more of me and my art, you can always follow that of my Twitter or my Blue Sky and you'll be able to see all of my art and stuff. And if you also want to, I do have I also am working on a Furby customizable that will be available on my Ko-Fi and VGen eventually, and that will be coming out later this March. So definitely look out for that if you want to be able to get an affordable customizable Furby model. And last but not least, if you want to rewatch any of these videos or any of our streams throughout the years, you can go and check out our YouTube VODS channel, or you can check out the main channel for all edited stuff. So that is all that I have to say. Oh, if you want to support me and the channel further, we do have Patreon, we have Ko-Fi, and we also have Throne. But without any further ado, as I always say, may the stars guide you. Until next time, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.